The video that we've all been waiting for, haven't we? Let's face the facts. We've all been waiting for the big breakdown, the full breakdown of PSG 2025 with Luis Enrique. Enrique-Ball at PSG. It's an absolute masterpiece. And if Luis Enrique framed his tactics and put it on auction at the Louvre, where you have the Mona Lisa painting, the price that it would sell for would still not do it justice at all. Do you get what I mean? Because PSG ball, Luis Enrique ball, it's priceless. You cannot put a price on what we're seeing on a daily basis. Every single time I watch PSG, I learn something new. I understand a different type of movement because it's just a masterpiece. That's what happens. When you watch a masterpiece, you learn something. You gain information from it. And every time I watch PSG, it fills me with absolute joy. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that is, let's get straight into it. So in possession, PSG shift from a back four into a back three, with Marquinhos, Pacho and Nuno Mendes creating that back three. Hakimi pushes up, but that is only one variation. And now this is where it gets extremely interesting. Hakimi pushes up, Kvaratskhelia or Doué, whoever's playing on the right wing in that moment, drifts inside. Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, Vitinha, that midfield three. In one moment it looks like this, then it looks like this, then it looks like that, and it's just absolutely brilliant to watch. Free flowing, fluidity, rotations, everything is in that midfield. And then you have Kvaratskhelia or Doué holding the width on the left hand side, and then Dembele, Ousmane Dembele, dropping in and out of pockets, dropping very deep to collect the ball. But as I said, this is only one variation. There are other variations where Nuno Mendes pushes up as the ball, let's say, goes from Marquinhos into Pacho. That's when Nuno Mendes pushes up. That's when Vitinha drops in, and then Kvaratskhelia holds the width. Or Nuno Mendes goes high and wide as that left winger. Kvaratskhelia plays inside, and Vitinha drops in. Or Fabian Ruiz drops in. Or João Neves drops in, and Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz really lock up the central space. And then with Doué, Kvaratskhelia dropping in and out, or it's Hakimi playing inside and Doué holding the width. There's just so much to admire about this team when Vitinha gets the ball from these deep areas and he's able to dictate. He finds Nuno Mendes, or Nuno Mendes as they say in Portuguese. Then he drops off, Nuno Mendes gives it back to Vitinha, and then Fabian Ruiz is there for a little bounce pass. Then João Neves drops in, and what they do is they draw players towards the ball, and then it opens up so much space for someone like Dembele to receive the ball on the half turn in this big pocket of space in between the defence and the midfield of the opposition, and then he can drive forward, play Doué in behind, play Kvaratskhelia, play Nuno Mendes in behind as well, and that's where PSG absolutely excel. What they also do is have Hakimi and Nuno Mendes very deep to begin with. What that does is really draw the opposition towards them, and it opens up space for the midfielders to get on the ball. So for example, when Marquinhos has the ball and Hakimi drops deep, if the winger follows Hakimi, that's when someone like Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, Vitinha drops into this space. If the centre midfielder follows, this is when Dembele gets on the ball. And guess what? If the centre-back steps, look at that space in behind for a midfield runner like Fabian Ruiz to make a forward run. Or the winger like Doué or Kvaratskhelia or Barcola making these types of runs in behind. At times we've seen Hakimi make a run here, which really gives Doué the freedom to play inside. And then as this winger tracks back, that's when Dembele drops very deep, and that allows someone like João Neves or Vitinha to drift inside. Dembele receives the ball in these scenarios, and that's when Marquinhos, Pacho and Nuno Mendes create that back three, and then from here Dembele might play Vitinha, and then Vitinha plays it back to Dembele into João Neves, and that's when Dembele says, you know what, I'm going to push up the pitch, but guess what, Doué drops into that pocket. So João Neves literally plays Doué, gets it back, plays Vitinha, and this is where Fabian Ruiz, we've seen many times, operates in this left space here. And as Fabian Ruiz gets the ball, he can drive forward, play Kvaratskhelia who can go 1v1. Fabian Ruiz will continue his run to make that a 2v1. Or we've seen Nuno Mendes really push up here because Vitinha will drop in to cover. Once again, you have that back three system. Nuno Mendes could get the ball, play back to Vitinha, and then they always create options around the ball. Diagonally, forward, backwards, left, right, sideways. There's always options, and that's what gives PSG so much freedom, so much fluidity. Because in this scenario, there's no real striker here, but that's the beauty of it. At times we've seen Hakimi operate here. We've seen Dembele drift in, then drift back into this pocket of space. We've seen Doué make a forward run. We've seen Doué end up here. just to connect passes with Vitinha, with Fabian Ruiz. It's just absolutely refreshing to watch this type of football. So another way of really understanding Luis Enrique-Ball at PSG is this system of having a back three at all times in possession, having two players high and wide, and then the rest of the players who are not in that back three or high and wide are simply just roaming and interchanging and trying to make things happen, making runs in behind, just playing with freedom, playing with relationism, playing 1-2 combinations, tiki-taka style of football. If Nuno Mendes ends up here and Vitinha is here, Vitinha is one of the five. If, let's say, we've seen at times Fabian Ruiz be that left winger option, so Kvaratskhelia becomes one of those five. Hakimi plays inside, Doué plays outside, no problem. Hakimi is one of those players that is allowed to roam and interchange and get on the ball and make things happen. And that's so refreshing to see right now in this day and age, seeing a team play with so much chemistry, so much connectivity, so much relationism, so much fluidity. And you can see it in their success as well this season. At times we've seen two players run towards the ball as a bait, as a trap. So when Hakimi gets the ball in this right back position, we've seen Vitinha and João Neves run deliberately towards the ball. They don't really want the ball. I mean, they do want the ball. They are that good to receive the ball under pressure. But the point is, it's a decoy to really create space for this diagonal pass from fullback into striker, into false line Dembele. So with Vitinha and João Neves making a run here, it's a pass into Dembele, and then Dembele can simply set João Neves, and then João Neves can play Fabian Ruiz, and then they can switch. Or it's a pass into Doué under pressure, and PSG are very good at 1-2 combinations, where they can go one touch under pressure, another touch, and now they are in behind. They are happy to play players with a man right behind them because they know it's just about one-touch football, and that's the beauty of it. And now, when we look at out of possession, PSG are an absolute monster. They are a different beast altogether. With Dembele, we've all seen that clip of him pressing those Inter Milan centre-backs in the Champions League final. And that just summarises it all. It's a mentality. It's a complete mentality shift. It's literally mentality and mentality only. And that all goes down to the one, the only, Luis Enrique. When you have Kvaratskhelia, Doué, ready to press the fullbacks. You have Dembele literally happy to press the centre-back, the goalkeeper and the centre-back. He's that hungry for the ball. And then Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, João Neves, man for man in the middle. And what PSG do is release one of the fullbacks to really create an aggressive man for man pressing game just like that, creating a 3v3 at the back. Hakimi pushes onto the fullback, and that's it right there. Aggressive man-to-man system. We saw it against Inter Milan, we saw it against Real Madrid, whether the centre-back starts with the ball, gives it to the goalkeeper, Dembele will just curve his run very aggressively, not giving time for the goalkeeper to play that very common third-man combination, where when the striker presses the goalkeeper, blocking off the centre-back, the goalkeeper plays into the six, who can set the centre-back, and then they are supposedly out. But not with Dembele pressing. Dembele presses so aggressively that it doesn't give the time for that third man combination movement to happen. He just presses the ball, the goalkeeper under pressure might play to this centre back, but that's when Doué's there and they are forced long, and when they go long, they have Pacho, Marquinhos, Nuno Mendes, who are very good in the air. They win the ball, and as it drops, someone sharp, Vitinha, João Neves, Fabian Ruiz, they are running back, they are able to win the ball, trap it, play backwards into Donnarumma, and then they are set, they are ready to play. And that is just, it's just a work of art. It's genuinely a work of art, the way they win the ball back so quickly. They don't let the opposition play out from the back, even if it's in a back three. We saw Inter Milan, obviously they played back three, no problem, man for man. Dembele was doing Acerbi and Sommer. Doué was on Bastoni, Kvaratskhelia was on Pavard. That was the front three marking their back four, including Sommer. Everyone else was literally man for man, and it was such a ruthless pressing game which rewarded PSG with a 5-0 victory. I mean, I still can't believe that Champions League final. It was an absolute masterpiece from Luis Enrique, from the Parisians, and that makes PSG absolutely unstoppable. High pressing, aggressive man-to-man system, very good at winning aerial duels and the second ball, and then in possession, I'm just lost for words. In possession, I am just lost for words. Vitinha, just always roaming, always happy to receive the ball, regardless of the game state, regardless of the situation. João Neves the same, Fabian Ruiz the same as well. Dembele dropping in and out of spaces. I mean, I've explained it, and I'll happily explain this again and again, because honestly, it fills me with joy. And thank you very much for watching this video. Honestly, I strongly recommend that you watch this again and again for your own personal footballing education, whether you're a player or you're a coach. There's something to learn from watching PSG every time you watch them. Watch them again, and you'll learn something new. Whether that's with pressing, defending, pressing from the front, as I've just said, once again I'm repeating myself, in possession, rotations, fluidity, relationism, the balance between positional play and relationism, Dembele dropping in and out of spaces, which is a method of communication for someone else to make a run in behind. Once again, I have to stop myself, otherwise I'll just keep talking to the camera, because right now you can sense my energy. I'm just blown away by it. And look at the time, by the way, it's 12:31. So it's midnight, and look at my energy, because PSG and Luis Enrique are giving me that energy right now. But anyway, drop in your thoughts in the comments below on Luis Enrique-Ball at PSG. What is your most favourite aspect of it? And also, what signings do they need to make to be even more competitive next season? Because this team is dangerous and they are only getting started. Peace.